Okay, let's stand for the pledge, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we don't have. Good evening. Sun's out. Not too bad tonight. No additions to the agenda. Okay, Alyssa, you are up from Public Health. Come on up.
Yes. How are you guys today?
Wonderful, thank you.
Good. You might have already gotten this, but we still put the folders together anyways to give out. So it's just some of the things I'll give updates on today. I usually include my business card, but I didn't, so apologize about that. So one of the things that we want to promote right now, the first is the just a good reminder about getting your flu, COVID, and RSV vaccine, especially if you are eligible for it and due for it. You can learn more about those vaccines and anything about that on our website. Underneath that, we have the Schuyler County Community Health Assessment. Every 6 years, we partner with the local hospital system to put this together. And we follow New York State's prevention agenda for this, which provides a framework of how to improve the health and well-being of all New York residents. So this kind of gives an overview of what we've done to get here and some of the results that we found for each category, such as, preventative services for healthy children, chronic disease prevention and control, substance use, oral health care, so on and so forth. So the QR codes on the bottom of the back of that page, you can find more data about this in the county specifically, and also there's a survey you could also take to kind of discuss what 3 health issues are most important to you. So that's that. And also, it is time again for our National Drug Take Back Day. We're doing this October 25th from 10 to 2 at the Odessa and Tyrone Fire Departments. And Walmart has also agreed to help table, which will be the first time we've partnered with them for this. We take pretty much unused or expired medications free and anonymously. The only thing we don't take are needles and liquids. And needles they can take to a lab at the hospital, at Schuyler Hospital.
So do you, question on that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just dump them in a bag or?
Pretty much, yep. So whatever unused medications you don't use anymore, they're just taking up space in your counter. You can bring them over to one of those locations and we'll take them back and dispose of them safely. We also, at these events, we also hand out Dispose RX packets. I don't know if you've ever heard of those before. Dispose RX. It's a little packet that you put into your pill bottle. You add water, you shake it up, and you can throw it away. Sometimes we all like to throw our meds down like the sink or the drain or the toilet, which isn't good for the environment. So these help us get rid of them, and it just gets rid of the stuff that we don't use. But there's also, on our website too, we have locations where you can drop off meds at any time. We have, I think, 5 or 6 locations throughout the county where they have drop boxes for those too.
We have one downstairs. That gets filled up
Yes,
pretty.
exactly, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of them. We've got one at CVS, Schuyler Hospital, the Sheriff's Department, and there might be a couple other ones that I'm missing. But yeah, those are the ones that we've got. And you can also find those locations on our website as well.
Okay. I got
Yes. And
Thank
then moving on, it is National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week, so we have a tip sheet of how you can protect your kids from lead poisoning and some good tips there. Obviously, if you'd like more information, you can visit our website or call our office. So that's a good there. We also have our schedule coming up for the rabies clinics for the remaining of the year. We just had our latest one at the Humane Society of Schuyler County. Our next one is November 8th at Monterey Fire Department. And there's some information as well. You can also pre-register, but walk-ins are always welcome. And lastly, or I guess I might have switched some of these in the folders, some good tips about rabies prevention. We hear all the time at Public Health how many people found a stray cat and like to take it home. And then sometimes there's bites that occur and then we have to figure out what to do. So some good prevention tips here. And what you can do to find, if you find a bat in your home, anything like that. So that's kind of all that I had for you today. Did you have any questions besides the ones I answered?
Do you still test water?
Yes, the watershed department does that.
Is that a free service to the residents?
I don't know the answer to that, but if you give them a call, they might be able to give you more info.
Meg might know. Do you know, Meg?
Is it free?
Yeah.
No.
Probably not a lot of money, though.
It differs depending on the sample that's offered. I have to go back through my files and see what it costs. Yeah.
Any questions for Alyssa?
Yeah, with the, back to the first page on poverty, item 6,
The health assessment,
where it's talking about 1 in 4 adults reporting food insecurity in the past 12 months. Are you seeing an uptick in, is that above bar where we were at year over year, or are you seeing an uptick in the food pantries around, like the one in Hector, the one down here?
Just people attending it?
Yeah.
I haven't been given that information directly, but we are trying to get the word more about it. So hopefully with more people knowing about it, we might see an increase in people utilizing those services. That just comes with more people learning about it. Just like with tests, when we test for, let's say, flu. Maybe we didn't do it a lot a few years ago, but now that we're doing it more often, we might see more cases, which may make it look like we're seeing a lot more flu. So it's just, the more people become aware about it, the more they might use those services. That would be, if you are still looking for a good answer to that, our public health specialist, Rakundo, put this report together, so she might be able to give you some more information about that specifically. And you could just call our office and ask for her.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. And same goes for any of the information I've given today. If you have any more questions, you can call us and ask.
Then the lead awareness group,
Yes.
do you get a lot of cases of that here still? Are we running into this often with some of the older houses or anything, or buildings?
That also falls under our other public health specialist, Kayla's work. I would say we don't see a lot of cases come through, but we do have some children enrolled. A lot of the also things too, the house paint isn't one of the biggest problems too. You could still find lead in the soil around your house. I actually recently was surprised, your blinds, those plastic blinds in your house can also have lead in them depending on how old they are too. So there are a lot of places in your house that can have lead. So, but biggest one being probably older paint. But again, more information about that you can talk to Kayla about. She actually is on maternity leave now, as of like tomorrow. So, so our other specialist, Mandy, works with this. She might be able to give you more info.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Well, it's $72.
What's that?
The lead cost
Water
is
system.
$72.
Oh, wow, that's more than I thought it was. Thanks, Meg.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alyssa.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
All right, public to be heard. The only public is Charlie. Charlie, you want to say anything? Okay. Write that down.
Speechless.
All right, I'll take a motion to approve the minutes of October 7th, please.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting held on October 7th, 2025.
Second.
Who do we get, Steve or Margaret?
Marcus.
I always write it down in case there's questions later. All right, discussion. All in favor? Aye. No opposed, that's carried, thank you. All right, no parks, Stacy is on vacation. One thing I noted for the board, I talked to Stacy, the Department of Health inspected the community center kitchen and offered that they would allow us to approve small businesses. You know how, like, a food truck, for example, has to have a approved kitchen to use. So that would be something that we could do, and we could offer, so Stacy's gonna think about that and bring something to the board. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing, because I know that there's times that people are out there looking, especially food trucks, because they don't have the required kitchen, so it could be something we look at for the future.
So she's got like a permit also to just do stuff for skating now too, right? If that's what she's-
Yeah, she got a
So that's good.
Yeah, they're really, they're seeing 60 to 70 kids on Friday nights. They're doing the theme parties that seem to be going over really well. So that's increased, and she's expanded, you know, the hours, not hours, the time, so started a little earlier, did some over the summer. So she's utilizing the space as much as she can. Related to the ice rink, we are still under discussion, so no determination on that. And other than that, the park has been incredibly busy. The parking that I do want to talk to the board about in a little bit, people think that's new. It's not new. It's just that we have a different mechanism to pay. So that's important to note. It's not that we just started arbitrarily charging for parking because we didn't. What is new is that we didn't charge at the kayak launch. And we are charging the same thing, $8 a day. Residents are free. We have new stickers. I don't know how's that going, Fred, as far as,
Not as big as you'd think.
yeah, probably when it gets warmer out.
So I was expecting quite a flood of people, but
Yeah. This time of year it doesn't.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
One thing about the parks, did you or Margaret hear, last we talked, was, we were concerned about Pure Waters was gonna revamp two of the
Yeah,
wells.
they're
or
gonna try to do them all together.
They are gonna try and do that,
Mhm.
so.
They made a commitment to do them all, so that we can get them all done, which is great, because I don't, leaving one or two would be bad,
Yep.
as we noted. So, yeah, they confirmed it. I don't always know what everybody's copied on, so that's a good question. Scotty, you're up, streets.
I have no more orders.
We're
Starting
starting-
leaves.
Starting leaves when?
As soon as they start dropping more, probably November, probably the first or second week in November.
I'm amazed at how dry and how they're dropping. That's when we had that wind the other day.
Yeah.
They all been gone.
They said they're all in Geneva.
Yeah, there's still quite a few of them.
Yeah. Anything else, Scotty?
No.
Thank you. All right, so we have no code. Meg, you've got quite a few things popping around right now.
Yeah,
So you have McCrossin coming tomorrow morning?
6:30 to repair, there's a ton of wells that are leaking in that treatment
So are they coming to inspect them or to actually repair them?
building. No, they asked me to inspect it and see if I can find all the leaks and then drain it down so they can just come and repair it.
Nobody's getting up that early.
Actually, I am okay early.
But it'd be great to have somebody pop up there.
I plan on, I'm usually done at swimming like by 7:20 or so out there, but,
Okay.
so I won't be there at 6:30, but.
And then
Shouldn't they inspect the lines? The
Well,
well, that's
I
Thanks.
their
would've thought
fault?
they would've
Yeah.
done some testing.
Rather than put the
before.
liability on you?
Yeah. I would assume they would have tested it before turning it online initially. Like a pressure test.
Yeah.
We've been trying to figure out the sewer lines, because they were completely blocked in that pre-treatment building.
And I see we're still talking about the ditch witch.
So we use that. So they called me yesterday and asked if we had gotten the paperwork, because they claimed to have sent it out a month and a half ago. I don't have the paperwork. Nobody's ever dropped it off to me.
Well, then they need to get it to us again. Do we know if it's been confirmed in our name?
It's just the new unit for, it's not actually ditch witching, it's the brand, but it's that new apparatus you have for
Yeah, we've been
vacuuming and pressure washer. That's pretty cool.
we've
It
been
is,
talking,
we use it daily.
Yeah, that's great.
it's just that they put it in their name instead of who owns it.
And then I've been trying to get in touch with them, there's no word, because I know that the raw pumps down there, they're all out of warranty come December, and pump number 2 was leaking really bad.
So you sent that to McCrossin, or?
I sent it to Amanda, and she says she can't get anyone to reply.
Okay. I'm talking to Mike, so I'll put that
Yeah,
on.
but pretty much everything is up for warranty in December. The pre-treatment,
Her-
definitely.
Here's something she did say, she said McCrossin paid for it through the construction contract. We haven't paid them yet, so does that mean that we don't own it?
The ditch witch,
Yeah.
we don't own it until we get that paperwork.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, this has been going on for months.
It's crazy.
Anything else?
Just, we've been trying to go out and straighten out some of these valve boxes that we can't get onto.
Okay. Thanks, Meg.
Keeping up with all the things that are breaking in the project.
Okay. Thanks, Meg. Tommy,
Nothing new.
what about, trees? What are you waiting for? I got one that if it falls, I'm not gonna be happy.
We're just waiting to get through everything else. Usually we don't start tree spots or Christmas decorations are up. That's like our winter project is trees.
How's the project that, rewiring and lighting all
They're
those?
working on it every day. They've got 9 small ones left, but they haven't even touched the big ones yet.
That's,
It's a time consuming project.
I know, 'cause I did it with Nan, that was brutal.
They're working on it. Trees get delivered next week, so.
What's the ETA in your vehicle?
I haven't heard.
You haven't heard?
No, last was I sent the purchase order after you guys approved it. And then he was gonna get back to me after he talked to General Motors when we were put on production line. Haven't heard since. So, sitting back waiting.
What's usually the time frame on that? You guys know?
6 months, you're probably looking at 6 to 8.
Maybe, yeah.
I know with the police cars, they're all of that.
Yeah, commercial vehicles are
Hours now.
a year to 18 months.
So, yeah, you better buy quick. Okay.
Tommy, did you guys think, I think last we talked, we were gonna try and figure out another solution for the banners for the south end of the village?
I don't know if we'll do anything south, we could probably have more on the east side, going towards Walmart.
I was just wondering,
It's just the south end, it's so difficult, because there's a wind tunnel down there. Even the one we put up this morning, I don't know if it's gonna last 2 weeks, let alone 4. It's like paper thin.
What did we decide on that, Fred? Is that up for a month?
It's up for a month, but we're charging them, because the minimum time is 2 weeks, so we're
Right.
charging them $200 twice.
Okay,
Yeah, it's gotta come down for after Veterans
16,
Day.
yeah.
right.
After Veterans Day, snowflakes and banners, or garlands will.
Yeah, and Stephen, on that, related to banners, we're looking at that fee schedule too.
yeah, good, sure.
Thanks, Tommy.
I had one more.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
That exhaust fan you guys installed down at the community center, did that stop? I think it was you and I were in there a year ago.
That's, yeah.
Remember the draft, how cold it was in there? Did that new fan stop all the draft, so they
No.
cut down on our?
No, all I did was put a brand new motor on the motor burn out.
Alright.
So all the internals are the same, just put a new motor on it. I think the biggest issue with community center last year was the cold in the winter, is there's switches or breakers up over on the main wall, and the 2 huge exhaust fans up top of the attic got turned on. And they were just sucking the heat right out of the building.
Phew,
And after we shut it off, it's been turned on a couple times this year, I just think.
it was freezing in there.
Skating, just turned it on by accident.
Yeah, like a draft.
Oh, it was cold.
One
You
of
can feel
them,
it coming through the wall,
yeah,
which exhaust, you just sucking everything through it.
yeah, okay.
You can block out those exhaust fans, they're not needed anymore.
We're probably required to have them in there, aren't we?
Yeah, it's just a draft, it might be a seal that's bad, it might be something for Scott to look into. There's a real bad draft, so,
And the community center?
In,
yeah, in the kitchen.
in the kitchen, it's freezing
Just
in
like
there.
blowing cold air right in, so.
Anybody else? Thanks, Tommy. Terry, good to see you.
Hey, Terry.
How are you?
Hold on. Oh, here.
I still think that we should set you up for Santa Claus.
I do too.
I don't like people's urchins sitting on my lap.
Kind of bland.
Urchins.
Anything new for you?
No, not a thing.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you, were you aware of these pumps that we may have to reconfigure these,
You don't have to reconfigure anything.
so the salesman just,
Put a pipe in, it's got a Pittman fitting on it that's up top. You just have to go in with the ladder, hook up the Pittman fitting, and you're fine.
Yeah, when they quoted us, they said that we're gonna have to do some
yeah.
Well,
retrofits.
I think he was thinking, depending on how they sit in the bottom of the well, but they'll be,
Yeah, we need to
I
get
mean,
them,
we may have to lengthen the pipe or shorten the pipe, that's it,
okay.
by an inch, so it's not a, if you gotta shorten the pipe, you cut it, glue another piece on, and, because it's all, skid 40 pipe anyways, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
Yeah, he said they were dimensionally different.
They're not on a rail, they're not, they don't lever on a rail, I think they just sit in the bottom. So when you hook on by a Pittman, so same thing that your, or a well does, same fitting in a well.
okay. So you're comfortable, we held off because you weren't here to ask that question and,
Yeah, I'm comfortable with them.
okay.
If I gotta hire somebody to put them in, I'll hire somebody to put them in, not a big deal.
Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother discussion about hiring people.
I don't do the work anymore, I hire. Getting too old.
All right, thanks, Terry. Ethan?
Nothing new.
Okay, busy guy, busy team. Getting our new fingerprint machine, when's that coming?
I think we just,
I don't think it's been sent yet.
yeah, I think,
They
I think we
confirmed.
just realized some minor error in the ordering, but it's still, should only be a couple weeks or so yet, a few weeks.
And we are talking about what to do with these bikes. I got a name, I got a call. I've counted down there, there's 32 bikes.
Holy
We're talking the other day, we might have donated them to, I don't know what you guys had in mind, possibly donating around, around Christmas time to some families or something.
That yellow bike down there, it looks brand new.
Some of them are,
Do people just not
Two or three of them.
make a claim that they
a lot
lost?
of them are just found. And then there's no way to really track them. We
Right.
have talked about some other places, other agencies have done like a bike, registration, where if you get a bike, you can actually call us or email us with like a number on it. And then we have a log of it, so if we find one, we can actually connect it to somebody, but we can't go door to door and say, this is a sweet yellow bike.
Yeah.
So do we,
No, and then once, after, I think it's a year, the property becomes ours, it becomes abandoned
Right.
property.
Yeah,
There's some nice
it'd
bikes down there.
be great to do something to make somebody happy that maybe can't afford a bike. I mean, there's a lot of them that are kind of,
Yeah,
meh.
a lot of them, I don't know, just give them away still, but there's still, probably half of them are, 3/4 are usable, a handful of them are really nice.
Really
There's
nice.
A handful that could probably go right in the dumpster.
Yeah.
so is there, so if somebody gets their bike stolen, there's no way of knowing whether you guys have possession of it unless.
Unless they file a report.
Yeah,
That's
so
why I
like-
encourage people, file a report, so then you would have a description.
Yeah, we've got a handful of them back to their owners, here and there. But yeah, a lot of times,
So we don't have like any log, like we take a picture of the bike and we put it on our website, say this bike, does this belong to anybody? We don't have any program like that.
Yeah, but then how do you prove, if
Right.
like somebody can see the picture and come and say, oh yeah, that's my bike?
All
Well,
right,
to-
take it.
To Ethan's point, it'd be great to have a registration system, because I certainly would love to do that with my bike, because if someone stole it, and they spray paint them, and then, you know,
Well, we could, why couldn't we advertise the registration system? That you do say you had one. in
we
place.
didn't implement it, we've talked about it because we've caught wind of some other agencies doing like a bike registration through us, through the police departments.
So if we give a bike away, the kid takes it to school and his buddy says, that's my bike.
Yeah, that's what I was saying
it could
earlier.
happen.
then the poor kid that just got the brand new bike's gotta lose his bike because it's his buddy's bike.
Or get beat up.
There's not a lot of,
I mean, you know,
there,
that's why I say kinda get it out of here. From not
Yeah, it's-
around here someplace else. I mean, you know,
yeah, that
just the
would,
poor
that'd
kid
be pretty
thinking he's
sad.
got a brand new bike.
Well, that was my, kind of my point was how can we figure out that, you know, it's not somebody's bike that we've been looking for it, they don't know we had it, now, like you said, and we give it to somebody and then it's,
Well, one thing we could do is we could put on our website, we have 32 bikes in our possession, we're gonna do a giveaway. If you have had a bike stolen in the last, whatever,
Come in
please,
and describe it.
please contact us and describe it, otherwise it's gonna go.
I think we should do something like that.
Whatever, you know, whatever you guys think is totally open to that.
At least before we give them away.
I mean, I have
I
a
mean, a
little
lot of
bike,
them have been down there for years.
Right, I was gonna say.
Oh,
some of
yeah.
them have been there a while.
long
Power
time,
washing.
but we gotta get them out, cause we're gonna do a cleanup down there.
Yeah, what'd you say, 36 bikes?
32, I think.
32 is a lot.
Well, no, I didn't count the ones upstairs, so there's 34.
Some of them have fixed them.
Well, they're all over the
I
place.
counted those.
Okay.
A lot of them have flat tires.
Well, they can be pumped right out, right, Scotty? That's right.
All right, thanks, Ethan. All right, I'd like a motion to accept all department reports.
I make a motion to accept all department reports.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. No opposed, carried, thank you. All right, up first. Pumps. Seems like we've been talking about pumps for weeks. Let's get
Months.
a motion.
I make a motion to approve the purchase of 2 submersible sewer pumps from Gardner Equipment in the amount of $5,900. This is tabled from October 7th.
Discussion. I think we've discussed this enough.
Mhm.
All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, carried, thank you. All right, the code enforcement training, I would like to table. I have a bunch of questions and Dennis isn't here. I want to know more about what's required for his training and where he's at in the process. So if the board is okay, I would like to table it until he's here, because that's 3 days out of the office, and that's a big chunk. I support training, but I'm just a little concerned. Seems like we've had a lot of training requests. I'm looking at Fred. He's been out, and I get it, you know, they need it, but I also looked at the agenda, and, you know, it's nice. It's at a casino, so whatever. Are you guys okay if we table it?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll table that, Fred, please. All right, and we have a sewer credit, 240 North Glen. I need a motion, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the sewer credit requested for 240 North Glen Ave in the amount of $126.
I'll second.
Discussion.
The thing I had was the 2 pictures they sent of the electronics and the sticker were clear, but the third one was,
I had a heck of a time seeing it.
I don't even know what it is.
I didn't know what it was
Is there,
either.
looks like only 3 pictures.
That's all, looks like it's got like one of those insulated covers.
Oh, that's what it is, yep. Barb checked this, it aligns with our policy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a matter of you determining if it did or didn't go in the sewer based on what they gave us, which is not the best picture, but
No water.
Yeah, they didn't take anything.
Is that your neighbor, Steve?
I don't know.
Aren't you on North Glen? Yeah, you're on North Glen.
Maybe I don't know.
Do we need to send somebody up? Well, it probably could be dried up for all we know now.
if they can confirm that the floor is actually dirt and not, there's no drainage to the sewer, then I guess
Well,
they
it
can.
looks like it burned off on that connection.
That's what I was thinking too when I was looking at that
Looks
picture.
like it shorted and burned off of it.
We always tell everybody as much evidence as possible, you know, pictures as possible, so. You
Well,
gotta depend on the.
The picture-
Yeah, yeah, I
Is
get
that
the
the
bird,
floor?
I don't wanna nitpick it, but I mean, it's,
No.
how are you supposed to tell from
I think
the?
that's the side of the tank. Those screws.
Can we,
No, I mean the white part below it, right there.
Yeah, I think that's the tank.
Price of $10.
It's just a insulation.
Can we, well, we can do one of two things. We can table it and ask the questions about, or send somebody up there. Or we can vote on it pending confirmation that it's a dirt floor and did not go in the
Yeah.
sewer.
Right. Yeah.
Are you okay with that, Fred?
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll say pending review
yeah.
or confirmation on it.
All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, thank you. So that's, we'll get confirmation on that.
If it is, a lot of our picture like that.
Yeah, the pictures weren't helpful to me. All right, we have a member application for the fire hall.
I'll make a motion to approve the member's application for the use of the fire hall. James Spencer
Hi,
for a
Terry.
birthday party to be held Saturday, November 8th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Discussion?
Gonna have a bouncy house.
Inside?
Oh, I don't know if it's inside or outside.
So, just for giggles, Scotty noticed that Jason forgot to sign it, so he went to Jason, and Jason was like, oh crap. So he called and said, yes, I forgot to sign it, but it
Okay.
was approved.
Is that what car 19 approves?
But you get, what I'm saying is you give, Charlie's got 30, just eagle eyes there, he's all over it, so. But Jason said, I know I forgot to sign it, but you know, it's approved, so as long as you guys approve it, he'll sign it afterwards.
I really appreciate, it feels like this has been a good change.
Yeah, so much easier.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, carried.
As he gets out.
Okay, next up is the 2025 evening SRO agreement, and I'll update the board on that meeting once I get a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2025-2026 evening SRR agreement.
Second.
Okay, so met with Kai and Kyle this week, had a really good conversation. We're gonna close this one out by adding the vehicle and supplies of $2,000 for the evening to cover our expenses there. They were in agreement. I don't have the final to show the board, I just wanted to tell you what the language will be, because I gotta go, Kai's gonna update it and send it back, then we will sign it. So I need the board's approval, and then that will happen, and then the second part of it is, we started conversations about the daytime 2 SROs with Sergeant Mosier. So we had a really good conversation. We're gonna review that contract sooner than later. In fact, Ethan already gave me, hi Gusto.
How we doing?
Good. Ethan gave me language to add to that, and then I'll bring it to the board to review for additional changes. We're also looking at the finances around that, make sure everything's covered from a pay perspective.
So this is in addition.
Excuse me.
$2,000 will, the agreement is that the 65,000 is kind of an estimate. So if we're short in one way or another, so the 2,000 will be inclusive of the 65,000. If we're short, they will make up the difference, because we balance out the daytime and the nighttime. We never know how many hours our officers are gonna be there, because the county is part of the agreement, but they don't have the manpower to often, right?
Yeah, depends, I mean, they definitely cover it, we try to cover it if they can, and vice versa if we weren't able to.
Yeah, and they're really pleased with it. It's going well, so,
So this one ends June 26th, right?
yeah.
So
They already
that's where
said-
maybe we can sit there and
Yeah,
add CPI stuff and,
Yes,
yeah.
because we kind of got this
Because, yeah, I get it, so.
as a done deal, and I pointed out to Kai that, well, we gotta do this a
We
little.
don't have to put CPI in, but there's something, I mean, we talked about this last meeting, I mean, there's raises every year, there's costs go up for fuel and car maintenance and whatever, or trainings may even cost more, so it's
Yeah, and
something to look at even for the daytime. So, especially-
absolutely.
Yeah, Kyle even mentioned, or Kyle, that for the next daytime SRO program, we're gonna do it. I don't know the verbiage, so I don't wanna quote it, but pretty much make it a more legitimate contract. Maybe outline some things, and
Yeah.
we're definitely gonna look at that closer as,
Yeah, not tying rolling stock in with a labor contract. It's just,
Exactly.
that's huge.
Well, and our language in the first one was like $5,000 for supplies. Well, what does that mean?
Mhm.
And then we added the car, then we added the second car, well, that's not even in there. So we talked a lot about the crossing guard, and remember last meeting, we talked about whether to have one on 12th Street, and,
so for the record too, last time we did ran the numbers, 20 had crossed 15 and 40 had crossed on 12.
40? Wow, that's a lot, that's kinda counter to what Kai thought.
That was today's numbers, actually, it was today we did that. We checked
Well, and
it.
actually, you think about it, those same
And it
kids,
could vary, but
and the same kids could cross 12th to then go to 5th, right?
They go
Yes.
down to Gator, yeah.
yep.
Yeah,
I think it's because, well, I don't know if this would have anything to do, but the buses they've got a different pattern coming in
Yeah.
now. So I don't know if that makes a difference or not.
the
but-
people are loving her on
Yeah, she's very
15th.
nice.
Kids are love, she dresses up, she puts different hats
Yeah, I
on.
don't think she needs a fluorescent vest, some of the get-ups.
No, she's a character.
She enjoys it, which is nice.
Yeah,
Still good
we
to-
just need one more. Anybody out there? Charlie, what do you want to come down in the morning, be a crossing guard?
I'd love to, but just can't.
All right. All in favor?
Alright.
I know you can digress there. Opposed, that's carried, thank you. Okay, I need a motion for a general audit, please.
I make a motion for the general audit dated October 20th, 2025 for the total amount of $292,894.35.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried, thank you. Okay, here's where I need some input, and I think Stephen sent us an email on this. So there's been a lot of discussion about parking passes. I'm getting emails, I'm getting calls, Fred's had a few.
Oh, I didn't, follow up with you later, but I got another email.
Get, some pretty irate business owner, well, I should say there was one that was pretty irate, who Fred handled. So in the past, and I don't think we actually have a written policy,
Not that I'm aware of.
and in the past, we used to, with the utility bill, send out 2 parking passes. They were little cardboard things stuck in your car. They went to anybody, this is the way I understand it, that had a utility bill. So the one complaint I have is a woman who's owned a home in the village for 22 years. She doesn't live in the village, but she pays taxes and she has a utility bill. So when we had the last few years, when we had the staff, if you had a utility bill, you went down to Food Park, you got to pay for free, or park for free.
So the flaw in that is, if that's the case, some landlords, I guess you'd say, have their utility bill in their name. So then that means the tenants who are actually living there aren't getting the parking pass, if you were to use that scenario back,
Right.
mailing it at that time. So that's why when people come in, if they don't have it in their utility, then we tell them to be a lease agreement or something else, something that
Yeah.
shows that you do live
And
in the village.
So,
A resident. Because that's, the program is in fact, and has been, it's supposed to be for residents. It's not tax-based in any way whatsoever as what you contribute or don't contribute.
Right.
It's just residents, which is what we started back up, is one of the decals, and we tried to figure out the best way to make sure that
But
everybody.
that's what we're currently doing. In the past, it went out there.
well, so that's where I think we're kind of caught, because not caught in the sense that, I'm just trying to understand it from the past versus what we did.
The precedent has been set.
Yeah, that, and I don't know that it's totally fair. I mean, I think if you're investing, I'll put it that way, take the tax out of there. If you're investing in the village in some way, shape, or form, which I think your email today was a good perspective, how many really are we talking about that are gonna, say we do one per business owner, and, I mean, I don't know, it's up to the board, I mean, I'm just throwing this out. And the current way is if you own the property and you rent it, the renters are residents, so they can get a sticker. And that was the argument of the woman that I've been talking to. She's kind of cute in a way. She's like, I'm 79 years old, I'm not gonna need it for long.
Yeah, that was.
Can I be grandfathered?
I know.
And I felt kind of bad, because it's like,
She wrote me back after she talked to you.
oh, she did?
She wrote to me too.
Oh, well, we all know what we're talking about.
She wrote
She
it
called
too.
me, she called me too. I mean, I have empathy, I get it, because she always had one before, because we sent it out because she gets utility bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not something everybody should just get.
Well, that's why we're discussing it. It's the, what's the right thing to do?
Well, I don't know, I was up in the air at first, and then I read your email,
Yeah,
and that kind of made me think, you own the property, you've invested in the area. I don't know, I guess, probably you should get a parking pass, and
I don't think you're gonna get a lot of businesses that,
They go to the park.
I don't need it, and that's what I was saying, at the end, it's just like, if they come in and ask for one, we're really out.
yeah.
I don't think it's a big number.
No.
But I want Fred's perspective, because he's the one that gets hit by all the people coming in or calls.
Yeah, no, actually, it doesn't matter to me either way, it's just to make sure that we have, look, one, I don't think it should just be if they ask. You set the rule and say you're entitled to it, then they come get it, they come get it. But it's a matter of trying to confirm everybody's thing, because if you have a landlord that says they are, then we gotta look up the records to see who's in there, who the tenants are,
Right.
and make sure the tenants get it as well as the landlord gets it, or, if it's only
Can
one.
we add it into the, could we add it into the form so they get the list of tenants, so we can make sure they get them, or no?
Well, who received that letter? That's where I'm going, is if they come in and ask for it, they can get it.
Yeah, we didn't give a letter out.
We just put it on our,
The letter says, right now the letter says for residents only.
Yeah.
I thought
It's a
the
form.
form was set in,
No, a long time ago it was, but not.
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, they have them downstairs, so if you want them to come in, and actually hasn't been a lot of people, residents yet, but I really think it'll be once it gets warm.
I see both sides of it. I see where a business is making money, but also I see where they're supplying an enormous amount of money in their infrastructure. So that's just.
No, I think you're right, there's no impact to us to give them away.
I think with the parking, go ahead.
No, I think that you're right, that there's no, it's not gonna hurt us in any way to give those out to business owners. As long as we set the precedent that, what is it, and then stick to it, because that way, if it's landlord and tenants, we gotta make sure the tenants are still getting, because they are residents here.
Right.
So we need to make sure they're taken care of as well as whoever
Well, and I think
doesn't
we
live
need
there.
a documented process or policy or whatever we want to call it, because you know what happens, we're like, hey, do we have anything on, and nope, we don't.
I mean, we've gotten all sorts of excuses that we have to sit there and fumble through, but that's the thing, that there are people who come in, oh, well, my mom lives there, I don't, but she's not gonna use it, that type of thing. And-
Well, or the people that are gonna take it from one car to the next because they don't realize it's tied to a license plate. And the stickers are great, I think it's a great resolution, I think it's awesome, it's just that we need to decide what's the right thing. And, like I said, I have empathy for this woman, she's been here owned the home for 22 years, and then she has.
Yeah, and I didn't realize you guys were getting hammered with some folks from a business. I was just trying to look at this from a neutral state when I was sitting on the plane. I was like, geez, you kept talking about residents, what about folks that may own a business? So,
Yeah.
We told everybody that we would take everything that they had to say into consideration, talk to it with you guys, and come to a solution. So we told them,
Yeah.
it's not out, it's just, we need to discuss it first, because this is the current,
Yeah.
what we're doing, so.
Yeah, and I see both sides, but I think also this is gonna cut down on people coming in to bother the owner parking tax. And if
It's
it's,
a parking.
And it's probably not
And
even
how
allowed
often
to that
they
many
use it?
people.
Once a
Right.
year?
so that's just time, I think it's gonna get back to Fred that can't ever recover.
I don't think I've
Dealing
ever
with
used
conversation over parking.
I use mine all the time.
I've never used mine.
Especially the extremely pissed off people. Like, I've had a few that just have blown out.
And they're what, business owners?
Mm-hmm. Which I told them, it's not out of question, we'll just get back to you when
Right, yeah.
we have an answer.
Well, I've gave my opinion, I just think it's something like,
So just to clarify, so we all understand, when we do the forms, that number of that, because I have mine now on my windshield, is tied to my license plate.
That's how we're doing it. So
Okay.
we get their plate number and stuff, so that way, because we can actually plug these into our system.
That's what I
CT
thought, I
system.
remember when you
And
talked
so when
about
the
that.
officers scan it, then that information could be in there, that we have a way of being able to match it up to make sure someone isn't lying or sold their decal or gave it to whoever, you know.
Geez, don't give anybody any ideas.
So that being said though, we need to discuss enforcement because we haven't, we're just, the officers are just going over and, giving warning
Yeah,
tickets. And obviously, if they ticket a resident or business owner, if we get to that point, if they come in and, you know, we find out, oh, you were, then the best part is, oh, you're here, fill out a form, get a decal, you're good to go.
yep.
And that's a good way to bring them in, but I can tell by the numbers, even though they're fairly good for the time of year and stuff, that, and just going over there quite often, there's a lot of people parking in that bay.
Yeah,
So it comes down to, at what point do we want to have Ethan and his crew start ticketing?
soon.
And the fine, are we gonna make it the maximum, because it's $8 parking, the minimum fine for a violation is
$50.
$50. And is that what we'll stick with?
That's
We just
what
wanna
we,
make sure.
that's our, so I propose that we give residents up to 2 decals. Property owners that don't live in the village, 1, and business owners, 1. That's just my thought.
Residents to business.
Because we're doing 2 for residents right now.
No, we're actually doing, because we had this conversation, it hasn't been influenced, but we looked at it like, what if you have a family, husband and wife and 2 kids that drive, and all 4 of them have cars?
my place, I have 4 registered cars under my name.
So,
You're not getting
what,
4.
Well, I was gonna say, you gotta stop.
so what we have been doing though.
Well, I want to give one to Charlie, hopefully it'll be the crossing guard.
So I can get one for my business and give it to my cook?
No, you gotta, it's tied to a license plate.
So what, I can put his license plate on it?
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I'm just saying, that's how easy it would be though. How-
We're talking about a parking pass.
Yeah, so what we're doing though is we're letting them know that, like in your scenario, if it was you and they were all in your name, you would fill out the paperwork and put all of them on there, because they're in Steve's name. But if you and your wife and your 2 kids all have their own registrations and they have it in their name, each one of them has to fill out their own form, so we have the correct information for ownership. So, but it hasn't had a huge impact. But we did that because there are families.
Yeah, I'll
that
tell
do
you,
that.
I'm not gonna be asking for, I mean, my
Only
one
5.
daughter's staying in Buffalo now.
But there are
And she
families,
might pay
there
some
are
parking
families that
buffer.
are though, I mean, there are families that have kids that are all driving and
It's a good
I
point.
can't
rip
tell
the
you how
tag
many
out of my car.
parking tickets I
you know,
paid
get
in
it signed.
Buffalo from my daughter.
It just seemed easier that way because if we have to, we just order another roll, you know, but it just seemed less complicated than telling people, no, sorry, you have to pull the decal off and put it on the other.
Yeah, no, we don't wanna do that. That's a pain. What are your other thoughts?
I like your 2 1-in-1, I'm okay with that, I have to change the form up, but that's just because it says residence on it, but that's on it. But we can announce that.
So non-resident property owner would be one category. Business owner would be another category, and an actual resident.
If you're a resident business owner.
So like,
That's gonna be my question.
like I am.
Like
Bonus-
Bob.
bonus.
That's a resident.
Bobby
That's
is.
what I mean though, that you-
That's what I'm saying, so what do I need?
So
to
maybe
go
they-
at the bar,
but if you're,
and I live in the village, I don't,
and maybe if you're a business owner and a resident, then you still be.
Yeah, but then that's the case where, you know, there's 4 kids you got,
Yeah.
or is it 5?
I was gonna send Bart
He
down the
doesn't
street
know.
like Oprah and just throw him out. You get a decal.
Yeah,
Just hand them.
Yeah, that's, those three categories work for me.
Well, six areas, like where they're a business owner and the same household, right? Not four?
That-
How many they gonna ask for? I mean,
That's
it's-
what-
Those are the anomalies, I think, you just, I think
Make an executive
they
decision.
make, yeah, they make a discretionary decision. I mean, it's- We
Yeah.
might make up a policy, like you said, it's a parking pass.
I just want to document it because Fred and I always like, and he'll say, do you remember? I go, yeah. And then we have to go dig for something. We need to have it, I mean, obviously it would be in the
Yeah,
minutes.
I think like we told everybody that came in, it's just a matter of, let's make sure we're on the same page and then we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
So, it's not, it's not like they missed out on getting to that part.
Do we need to vote on this? Probably.
Probably should, yeah. for-
All right, so let's take a motion. Who wrote down what I said?
Make
Resident?
a-
I got it.
Yeah.
All
Two
right.
residents, one business, one.
So I'll make a motion to approve, parking passes, for the residents, 2, business owners, 1, and non-resident property owners, 1.
Second.
We should probably specify it's parking for the park, you know. Some people might read that as,
Yeah.
oh, well,
Food
well,
park.
For the park.
Food park.
Boat launch.
For-
That's all that's for, just cool.
right, so I'm just saying we should specify.
Food park, boat launch,
Not
Hey,
open.
kayak.
Kayak.
Right,
Kayak.
that's right.
Yeah, right now, it's
Yeah.
there, yeah.
The other option for the public,
It does say that on the form too, it's only for those three.
Oh,
so
okay.
I made sure that was
Well,
clear.
that's, see, I
Kayak
thought
launch,
you meant
food park.
for all the parking,
Yeah, we
Washington,
should
that's what I'm saying.
No.
No.
Give it to
No.
my cook and put it on his way.
no, no,
Parks,
That's why I said that.
no, okay.
parks
And so
platform.
the other category, and we don't have to add it to here, but just so the public knows, is that you live out of the village, you can buy a seasonal pass for free parking for $72, which is a good deal,
At the camp office.
at the camp office.
They have it.
All right,
Now, does that include like the Italian Fest or other festivals down there?
That-
You don't wanna make that clear.
No, I think when they have special events, I hate to say it, I mean, it's not, if they have special events and the park has an arrangement or whatever, then they bag the, whatever for that day, they seal off whatever portion of the park and that's
right.
parking for that.
We typically
You
have
don't
an,
wanna put that in there.
we have an agreement with the festival, that, you know, if they're doing their own parking, that, and we stay out of it.
yeah, they
But
collect,
you
they
might
collect.
want.
But he's saying, just
I'm saying, I
put
agree
it
with
in,
Scott, we need to
which
probably.
isn't bad.
So we could
Because
be.
somebody might go in there thinking, oh, I get to park for free during the Italian festival, and not, because they might not know that the Italian festival gets the profits on the parking.
Okay, so with
Just picture like
exceptions,
special events.
Well,
maybe.
with
in a case
except-
like that, we'd shut ours down and they'd probably cash it, I would assume. We're not gonna take the money in and then cut down the check, right?
no, but just so they understand that they might have to pay $5, to
Right.
Scotty's point. So we would say with exception of special events.
All right, and the ID Italian festival. I don't know if I'm gonna add that part in.
What are we talking about? All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, carried. Okay, good discussion. Next. We need to, well,
Can I say one thing before I take off? 240 North Glen, that is a dirt floor.
okay,
I just want to throw that out there before I take off.
okay.
I've been in that one so
Sold.
times.
Oh, you have, okay, there we go.
Sorry.
Thanks,
Go
Meg.
back and-
Thanks, Meg.
All right, so for Ethan's team, when we talk about parking limits and parking tickets, we talk about parking a lot. We need to advise him so that he can talk to his officers about what's the time frame that we're not ticketing. Now, they're doing a great job, especially people that are parking the wrong way on streets. So they're starting to see that decrease. But my perspective is there's gonna be a lot of residents that need to park on the street at night in front of their houses because they don't have a driveway or whatever. I don't want those residents to be ticketed between some hours. And we need to tell him, what are the hours?
Yeah, but we can't do any of, you're talking about for the 2 hour?
Mm-hmm.
We can't do any of that until the local law goes into.
Right, I
That's-
know, but we gotta put it in the local law,
Oh,
which
like
is gonna be,
discussion about it?
What time to shut the 8 to 8.
10 to 8,
What I was
yeah, I mean,
thinking, yeah. That's fair.
Pretty generic, I mean.
Yeah.
And
Because
that's
I
only
don't-
for streets that are designated as 2-hour parking?
Right.
Or, do we have any that are odd or even?
We don't do that anymore.
We don't do that.
Okay, all right.
Thank
Then
God.
you gotta go out and move your car at 10.
Thank God.
No, but you're essentially good to go.
I've just never
You're
seen
essentially good
parking.
to go from 8 PM till
10 a.m.
9, 10 AM,
Okay.
because you got that 2-hour window you got.
Why 8 though? I've just, in all the cities and villages where you have to pay to park, I usually see 8 to 5 or 9 to 6.
That's not either or, you know.
And I'm not saying that that's right, just I've never seen anything that does like a 10 to 8. What is,
What,
What do
you
you
mean
think
9
eight
PM to
would
6
work?
AM?
yeah.
So I'm just thinking about, you're a resident, you come home at 6 o'clock,
Get out
and
of
you
work.
get out of work, you have to park on the street. 2-hour parking, you know, we've gotta update, the reason I'm bringing it up is because I want this street law finished again, and I'm gonna give Margaret a job on it. So we need to put in there those hours so that you have it to enforce.
I mean, at the end of the day, the point of that is what? To not let people sit and take up business spots all day, right?
Right.
Right.
So if we change it to 6 or 7 in the night, so like when people go home from work, they're good with that window, what's wrong with that, right? Because the only
Right.
purpose of the
Yeah.
2 hour is so people can't sit in front of Bob's business for 10 hours while they're hanging out at,
Right.
you know, wherever and impact them. So I don't think there's anything saying we can't just start it at 7 o'clock in the afternoon or evening.
Yeah, that's why I was worried.
And that means if you
I think
get
it's a
home
great
at 5,
discussion, just like if somebody gets out of work at 4 or 4:30 and they park on the street, now they gotta move their car before 8
Well, you got
o'clock.
2 hours.
right.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
care what time it is, but I
Yeah,
need the
me
board's input, because he's gonna need it once we update this.
But I like that earlier than not, because that's just, I mean, there's some dinner places, you know, but, yeah, I mean, what's wrong with like 6 o'clock, and then if you're home
Yeah,
at
I just
10,
think
from
something
4
like a
on.
platform of 9 to 6 might be something to look at, or,
Because if you get home at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you don't have to move your car by 6, and then you're still good all night long.
Right.
So-
Yeah, I just don't want residents ticketed.
right.
Yeah,
Same,
I agree with
that's
that.
where I was.
Yeah, that's the goal here.
Why do we even
Right.
have,
And I've taken a couple calls
why do
on
we
that
even have a
as
2-hour
well.
limit?
4th Street.
Just
There's a lot of-
Franklin.
There are a lot of streets why we need it.
Oh,
We just
yeah.
haven't enforced
Yeah,
it until
because some
now.
people, if we didn't have 2-hour parking at Franklin Street, some people, like you said, park in front of Bob's all day long.
Because people do that to go to the state park. They just park across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they fill up the side streets and
Oh,
stuff.
they go all the way down 10th.
So what are you proposing, 6
Ample.
PM till what?
6 to 6, that gives you till 8 AM to leave, or 6 to 7, I mean,
Yeah.
9,
6 and 9 till 9 in the morning.
Yeah, I would think so.
which means you're allowed
Okay, I
to
mean,
be
this will
there-
come back
be
to
there
the-
Yeah, yeah, I mean,
This
That
will come
means you're
back
allowed
to
to be
the
there
board.
from 4 PM till 11 AM,
right.
Right,
which is,
Right.
that's,
But
that's a
then
pretty
you-
good window.
But then you got, like, the breakfast places that you're taking up their spots.
Everybody get a sticker.
I mean, the other thing to do is, too, is just we call around to some other cities, I'm more than happy to call like 10 and just say, what is your parking? Like I said, I do it all the time, it's like, usually I see 8 to 6, 9 to 6, it's
So they
like,
might be opening a can of worms, but do you want any public input on that?
Well, there will be a public hearing anyway, so.
Yeah.
that point.
Well,
we will get input and, we'll take it into consideration, but I think 6 to 9, so it'll go in the draft, it's gonna come back to the board, it's not like we have to make a decision
Yeah.
tonight. But we need it, because I've got a few things to get that done. So with that, the street laws, we need an index. So I talked to Officer Deloya, I've talked to Fred. You look at it, I don't know about you, but I can't ever find anything.
I usually task
I
Fred.
can show you what I started.
Oh, you like a table of contents?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Mark, I was gonna tap you to help with this, because we gotta get this thing done, because they're strapped. If we don't update that law, there's no law for them to then
Right.
apply.
All right, yeah.
What you sent me, is that the update?
That's the current law. That's, yeah.
But
I'll show you what I use. In Excel, I'm doing the index, it's slow, it's pretty easy. You gotta go line by, you gotta go section by section and put the street, what
Yes.
direction, whatever.
What
But then
direction.
that way you can use it as a.
Okay, do we
It's-
have any
I
I'll
reports?
show you the.
do a lot of tedious.
I have
I have a little one.
a little one?
Yeah, I talked with Fred about it, Mike Wood and Kelsey Wood.
Yeah.
Well, when John Ridiger owned the place, when the village put the well and water in because they couldn't run the water well up there, or sewer, he said that in that, and I gave, he could only get a piece of it from John Ridiger's in the hospital. He's been there 2 months. And he's got the original paperwork. It says that they are allowed palatable water.
I think probably all of those.
So but the village paid
Paid for
like 11,000, something like that, to actually put in
the
the,
wa- the, s-
the septic system and something else.
the water and, it's the, water conditioner.
Yeah,
It's called the water conditioner.
We should
Mike
have
just-
asked when Mike, or when
Mike just
Megan-
spent $6,000 on it.
Where did they live?
Kelsey.
That little
Oh,
triangle.
Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where-
okay, we know that there's been issues up there, but Megan, Kelsey
Where
Wood,
is it?
it's up,
I don't know where she lives.
The question
It's
is,
to Bennett
that
Street Hill.
agreement might
All the way to
Little
exist, but
triangle
they're
there.
responsible
Oh,
for
okay.
life.
Log cabin that kind of
That's what we're
sits
trying
in
to
the
figure
back.
out. So I told them that they need to get the entire agreement because there, when you read it, the picture that he took,
Right.
there's clearly something there, but that it doesn't actually state that if you sell your property and everything, it goes to the next buyer, you know what I mean? If it's the village's responsibility for life, I don't know.
yeah, I
Well,
know
but
she's,
he's saying because she pays village taxes, that she should have village water at least,
well, she might,
or sewer.
yes, I've talked to her, that, now that you bring that up, I've talked to her, but we need to talk to Megan, because
Right.
Megan,
Well,
Megan
I
knows.
did talk to Megan about it, and she goes, without anything in writing, like Fred said, you know, the whole thing, it's really, there's not much we really do.
And I talked to Dave, he looked, he does not have that record, he does not have anything in that name, he said that if it wasn't surrendered by Conifer and Miller, who's the one that wrote it, then
She
you
said
could
she-
ask Conifer and Miller for it.
No, she said she gave it to, he went to her office. They went to the office and she said that she gave it to the village.
I don't know, he's saying that we don't have
Yeah.
it. So,
Okay, well,
that's
let's,
what he said.
let's look at that a little bit more,
So
hopefully they
we'll-
can get us some more paperwork.
Which is good, but.
Yeah, he's down tomorrow after I go to the water department.
All right, anybody have other board concerns?
I got a few.
Oh,
About that. So
it's
one,
not parking, is it?
no, so one, I'll get Thomas, you can get out of here. Presbyterian Church, what was his name, Scott, that came over? Henry Wilson. Came over, so they have a tree that's in the village right away, but one of the arms is out and it's so long it's leaning up against the church. Is that our responsibility to cut that? Because the insurance company's telling him he needs an answer on, because he wants it off, they want it off the building.
Anything past sidewalk, they lose nothing.
If it's touching the building, yeah, but it's our, we don't take that, right, Tommy?
Because we've had that issue with the doctor on 7th Street for years. It's a village tree, it's overgrown we're not,
Yeah, that's what it is, it's branched out, and it's touching, I mean, it's not falling, it's just
Anything
touching
like-
it.
the other side of the sidewalk is like the invisible line, that's where we have.
Okay, so that's their responsibility.
So it's
Okay.
at their responsibility.
That's why I gotta give them that answer. So that's all it was for that. And then every year you guys state Halloween, the hours, so we've
Yes,
done that.
thank you.
Yeah.
6 to 8, right?
6 days, is the norm, so is that what we're sticking with, 6 to 8, I would imagine?
Yeah, because we have it advertised for the Lafayette Park, and
6 to 8.
we're gonna close off from 4th to 6th?
Yes, essentially on Decatur and then the 200 block of Fifth.
Yeah, also, yeah.
Yeah, I hope for a good night, because,
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's on a Friday, isn't it?
yeah, it's on a Friday.
Remember, don't let Pete down there with the candy.
No, I have quite a party at Pete's, the BBD.
We just run around and steal candy from kids, and we have a whole supply of
Well,
it.
that's what we do, we steal the candy and then we hand it back out.
Scare them, they drop the candy,
Yeah.
we take it.
All right, we're digressing. I need a motion to move to executive. I have litigation to talk to the board about, and thank you, everybody.
I'll make a motion to go into executive.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Have a good evening.
See you guys.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Charlie, great to see you.
See you, Charlie.
See you guys.
Charlie, nice to see you.
See you
guys.
See you.
Bye, Ethan. Ethan, can you close that, please? No, he didn't. Oh, God, I'll try to get through this. Okay, first up, real quick. Oh,
I gotta, still put it on.